Be the change. Be the change. It's about how can you live your best life? How can you be your best self so that you can have the best experience here on planet Earth while you are here? So, be the change. There are so many things we as humans can change within ourselves. Every single person on planet Earth has something that they can change and be better at. Every single one. There's not a single person who doesn't have anything that they can work on. So don't be offended. Don't take it personal. Take it as a rather reminder that there is so much more potential within you, so much more potential within you that is just there waiting for you to discover it, so that you can go out there and live your life in a way that is pleasing to you, in a way that is satisfying to you, in a way that is fun to you, in a way that is adventurous, in a way that you love, in a way that you can take all of your qualities, all of your skills, all of your assets, everything, and put it into something that is valuable for you. Living your best life, that's what we want. And so there is not anything in all of the universe that is more delicious than to have a desire that you are a vibrational match to. You have a desire, you're the vibrational match, you did the work, you did the inner work, here's your desire. You did the inner work, so now the hardest part is over and now you can come together. So in that alignment of your being connected to source energy, presence, being present, sitting in the present moment. That is the furthest extension of the creation process. There is no action in all of the universe that is more delicious than inspired action. Inspired action. I want to talk today, that was Esther and Abraham Hicks, the law of attraction. Talking about how you have to be a vibrational match, which goes for your emotional self. How do you feel emotionally? If your desire is there and you feel like crap over here, you're not going to be able to match it unless it's a crappy desire. If it's a hard walk to get over there, then you might have to do some inner work, and you might have to do some stuff within yourself, release all kinds of stuff about yourself in order for you to feel like you're going to be a vibrational match to this very hard part over here. So how do you do that? I want to talk today about self-talk. So okay, how do you talk to yourself? Like your self-talk in your head. This can be you can kind of sometimes see it in your investments. Okay, so I pulled some cards already, and assets and your self-worth. How is it reflecting in your life? Your self-talk, like how you talk to yourself. How will that be reflected in your life? So how will you see it reflected back to you? Your investments, when you have a negative self-talk going on inside, you're not good enough, you're not thin enough, you're not this enough, you're not pretty enough, you don't have the hair enough, you don't have this enough. There are so many things that we compare ourselves to others. Comparison is the thief of joy, and comparison is, it has absolutely no real value, because it's just a comparison. What you can compare yourself to, though, other people, it doesn't make any sense. What you can compare yourself to, though, is yourself. You can compare yourself to how you used to be and how you are now. Did you, for example, sometimes we get better with years and time. We get better, we stop beating ourselves up. Sometimes we get worse, we start beating ourselves up more and more and more. So where are you at when you look in the mirror? When you get up in the morning, you're tired, you have to go back to work again, or whatever, you have to deal with all these kids again, you have to deal with all this the family members, or this organization, or whatever it is that you're in, that you might not feel like you're in vibrational match 2, or maybe it feels like it's too much, or maybe you feel like you can't do it, or maybe you didn't say no enough, or maybe there was some type of commitment that you made that now you think you're stuck with it. So how can you change all these things that are kind of a little bit out of alignment in your life and make your day-to-day life a little daunting? One thing that you can do, and one thing that is very practical that you can do, is to first notice or think about maybe what did your family, what did they used to how did they used to talk to you, what did they used to say, how did they describe you, what did they say to describe you, how did they talk about you when they talked about you, your family, when you grew up. Think about that for a moment, because you're going to find a lot of clues that might be hindering you or helping you in this today here. If it was very helpful, you probably wouldn't be here today, because you wouldn't be searching for these answers if it was healthy stuff that you got was being taught. Your friends too. How did your friends talk to you? Were they like smiling in your face, talking behind your back? Were they like giving you backhanded compliments? Were they like kind of laugh supporting at you, or whatever, you know how people do? Especially if you are a searcher, especially if you are actually doing the work, you're going to get a lot of these feedbacks from people that are not doing the work. But you don't have to worry about that. We're not comparing ourselves to others. We are taking our power back and focusing on what you can do for yourself. You wake up in the morning, what do you think about? Like what's going on in your mind? What is the automatic thing that comes up in your thinking? When you go to the bathroom and you look yourself in the mirror, do you be like, oh, hello, sunshine, it's so nice to see you again. Here we are. Yes. Here, another day here on planet Earth, me and my reflection. Okay. And so, or do you like look in the mirror and you be like, and looking at all the things that you're not happy with? These are things that they don't just, these are things that you can control. These are things that you can control. You can take your power back. When you plant seeds with that kind of self talk going on, when you plant seeds around, these are the sprouts that you're going to see. You're going to get confirmations of those thoughts that you have in your head. If you think your nose is too big, well, now you're going to plant seeds everywhere. Maybe you always talk about noses in a weird way when you talk to people and they pick it up, and they're like, okay, she's very nose focused. Maybe that's a whatever. I don't know what their intentions are, but then you're going to get feedback from the universe about the nose, because you're thinking about it all the time. Or maybe your ears are too big, and then you're talking about ears a lot, and then like you don't even notice it, but you do talk about it because it's something that is bothering you. So you're going to pick it up. Well, anyhow, you're going to get confirmations of these things. If you feel about it in a good way, if you have like, just be completely okay with what you look like. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's perfect. You're perfect just the way you are. And then you take it from there. How can you feel better about who you are? And you work from there. Now you take it into your own hands and you bring it back into something that you can actually do something about. And the self-talk is so powerful that once you start doing this work, and you can get help for this too. Like there's a lot of coaches out there. There's a lot of therapists, coaches, stuff like that you can talk to. These will keep you accountable. Doesn't mean that, oh my gosh, you're going to go see one of those, then you're really sick or there's something wrong with you. No, there's not. There's something very right with you if you decide that, okay, I think I do this. I talk to myself very poorly all the time. I talk myself down. I talk myself out of things. I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think I can handle it. I don't think I'm smart enough. I think everybody else knows the answers. I think everybody else, when they say something, that's the correct answer. That's what I was taught. And so I don't know what's going on in your mind, but the things that we have been taught and the voices that we hear in our head is often from our parents, our siblings, our teacher in school that was really harsh, or some friend group that you was in that was also mocking you or saying stuff. These are the voices that usually we keep them in our head because they made a huge impression on us. So you have to find a way to be honest. And this is why they say, know thyself. This is one part of knowing thyself. This is one part of being your own best friend. How can you do that? You can be your own best friend. If you talk to a friend, what would you say? Like, would you say, oh yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, your nose is too big and your ears are like weird. And everything is weird about you, actually. Would you say that to a friend? Would they keep you? As a friend, probably not. So when you look in the mirror the next time, why don't you just say, my nose is my nose, and I love my nose. It can smell, it can do all the things that a nose is supposed to do. I have ears, they can hear, they can pick up things, and I love my ears. They are doing a fabulous job on me picking up things here on planet Earth. And you change the perspective a little bit, and you start loving those parts of yourself that always stuck out as something that you couldn't love, because it's just a perception. It's just something in your head, and you can flip it. Once you flip it, the seeds that you are planting now are going to be completely different. The seeds that you're planting now, they're not going to pop up with noses and ears because you don't think about it anymore. You're just okay with it. It is what it is, and so it is. And that's it. It's easy. It's easy. Like, so, but get the help that you need. That's one thing that you can do. Be your own best friend. If you would say to your friend, go talk to somebody. They can keep you accountable over a certain period of time so that you can get this really embedded within yourself. And that's a great way to do it. Then you keep yourself accountable. You have to go there, and like, it's always easier when you have to go somewhere and then you do the therapy or whatever. And you focus on it for that whole time, and they're helping you focus on that for the whole time. So get the help that you need. It's very important, because your self-talk is going to cause you to feel anxious. It will cause you to feel depressed. It will cause you to feel out of sorts. It will cause you to feel in lack mentality. It can cause so many things for you, this poor self-talk. So look at that today, just for today. Notice, how do you talk to yourself? What are some things that you say? Sometimes it's even enough to just be aware of it. Once you're aware of it, it will change. Like, you put some attention to it and you'll be like, wow, I saw that pattern. Now I do it again. Or maybe when you talk to somebody, they give you a compliment, you always tuck it down a little bit, like, oh, no. That's not completely true. No, you see here, I know better. But then also learn how to just say thank you. You're beautiful out there. Thank you. I'm going to practice with you. You're so beautiful. You're so handsome. And you just say thank you, and you just feel good about it. You're so beautiful. You're so handsome. You're welcome. And then you practice like that. And little by slowly, in the beginning, it's going to feel awkward. But little by slowly, you're going to feel better about it. Little by slowly, it's going to become a natural part of yourself to feel better about yourself. Now you are changing the whole game. This is how you do it. And now you're changing your whole game. And the rewards that you're going to get from doing this work, it's not easy, because you have to look at all these things, but also remember that those things that you're looking at, they're not true. These are just thoughts. They're just repetitive thoughts that are coming back up and back up and back up. And so you're breaking the cycle. You are breaking the cycle of, maybe this is something that has been carried down from generations. Like, people do that. They keep telling, so your parents going to tell you what their parents going to tell you, what their parents going to tell you, what their parents going to tell you, and all like unconscious. No, we're not conscious. No, we're not conscious. We're just doing what everybody said we was going to do. Oh, I don't know. We're just doing what everybody said, until you came along. You'd be like, hold up. I'm not okay with this anymore. I don't feel too good in my life. I want to feel good in my life. I know it's my birthright to feel good in my life. And I know that I have the power to actually take that back into my life. So here we go. And now you start noticing, just today, what do you tell yourself when you look in the mirror? Tell that person you see in the mirror that they are beautiful. Tell them that they are good enough in every way. Tell them that nobody's perfect. Everybody's perfect. It is what it is. And I love that. And then you be okay with it. You change the whole thing. You're going to change your whole perspective. Everything in your life is going to change. Everything you do is going to feel better. Every interaction you have with any person out there is going to feel better. Anytime you talk to somebody, you're going to feel better. Anytime you go out there, and you're going to just feel better about it. Your energy is better. You lifted yourself up. Now you're like, oh yeah, okay, feeling good and everything. It's different. The rewards from doing that little adjustment within yourself. And it's not even tricking yourself. You're tricking yourself at this point, because nobody's perfect. Everybody's perfect. And so there you go. And then you clear out all the clutter from your mind, so that you can be okay with what is. It is what it is. So what? It is what it is. Amusement. By doing these things, by doing this inner work, maybe you're going to allow that person who is good enough, just the way they are, not perfect, doesn't have to be perfect. Everything's perfect. Nobody's perfect. So you allow that person to go out there and have fun. You're going to allow that person to open up. And this is the hardest part, to open up and be completely okay with that and go for this and break the cycles and go for it and have fun with it. Adventure, desire, passion, do all these things that you want to do and share it with the world, because the world is like, I don't know if it's true or not, but like I read it like many years ago. I read that the Great Britain is going to, it was a prophecy or whatever. Great Britain is going to go under in like 2030 due to like depression. People are going to be so pale, they're going to be so drawn out, they're going to be so tired, and they're going to be so worn out that the whole country is not going to function, because no, in depression, like who has any energy at all? No, the leadership sucked it dry, took it out of the people and left them hanging. I don't know if it's true or not. We'll see, I guess. So breaking the cycles, taking your power back. You want to be in charge of your life. You want to be able to lift yourself up. So be kind to yourself today. Be your own best friend. Talk to yourself like you would lift up a good friend. Now you're being helpful to yourself in your own life, whatever your life looks like. And whatever your life looks like, doing this work is going to look even better, much better, brighter, lighter, more fun, everything. And the beautiful light in me, it honors, loves, and respects the same beautiful light in you. Till next time, namaste.